friends, and welcome back to the channel for the Wednesday shave video. So glad to have you in the den, and this should be an interesting one, and that is because this is the Franken shave, and I've been tagged in this by Ken over at Shave 326. So go check out Ken's channel. So in this custom blend, I have prepared for your viewing entertainment and my hopefully olfactory enjoyment is a custom blend. And as you can see, it's all in my Thirsty Badger leather ball. And we have a ménage à cinq. That is 5 soaps in here in total. And we have some First Canadian Kink. This is leather, bourbon, coffee, dirt, vetiver. Very nice, rich, dark, deep scent. Carrying on with kind of the dark theme, we have, make sure this is the right side up, we have Highland Springs Havana Vieja. This is vanilla and tobacco, a little bit of spice. Should go good with the coffee and the bourbon and all that good stuff. We also have First Canadian Ace of Spades. This is cigar. So carrying on the tobacco theme, we have cherry and we have bourbon. So we got bourbon, we have bourbon 2 ways. That's right, bourbon 2 ways so far. Adding a little bit of brightness with some vanilla, bergamot, neroli, and caramel to go with those rich scents. We have Wickham Club Cola. And that makes 2 vegan soaps so far and 2 tallow soaps. And then to round out this dog pile of soaps, we're going to add a little brightness up top and a little bit of woodiness with Motherfucker. That's right, another tallow soap. And that is going to round out the ménage à cinq. And we'll see how that goes. Right now, because we're going to turn this mess of soap into something. Brush is the Coyote Cut Demented Topper in Lime. Beautiful brush. Absolutely love it. Make sure the tips just have a little bit of moisture in them. Let's see what this smells like, shall we? Hopefully everybody's having a great week. Mine's going pretty good so far. Now let's get a nose in here. Interesting. I kind of thought that's what might happen. The MOFO is kind of taking the front runner here. Oh, the MOFO and the Club Cola are blending together very, very nicely. And I'm getting a mess, is what I'm getting. Oh, there's a little bit of that tobacco. Alright, this actually doesn't smell too bad. I may just have to bowl lather this, guys. Because, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this onto the face. So I'm just going to get the brush in here. I'm just going to face lather. Or bowl lather. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So, Corey, Shaving a Chief, he mentioned he was watching this show on YouTube Premium called Cobra Kai. So I started watching it. And damn you, Corey. Damn you all to hell. It's a great show. Really, really enjoyed it. Actually, I binged watched both seasons. And now I'm all depressed because it's done. And I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Really enjoyed it. I left on a cliffhanger too. Did some searching on the intergoogles. And sure enough, there's going to be a season 3 in 2021. Apparently. Oh boy, what a mess we got going on here. This lather bowl isn't the biggest bowl in the world. So yeah, looking forward to that. And that's a good segue into what I'm going to talk about next. So my story time is going to be something I'm looking at doing. And this was brought about, some more thinking was brought about by events that happened here just the other day. over the years, I've thought about getting into martial arts, even though I'm a big fat dude. I don't want to be a big fat dude. I want to be in shape. So I've thought about it, and well, this is an interesting lather. I've thought about it, I haven't at the time. Being on the road did not afford me the time to be into something a couple times a week. So, oh geez, I think we can work with this guy. So yeah, I'm losing my train of thought here. Jesus, Murphy. Lather going everywhere, boys. Boys and girls, get lather going everywhere. They used to call me Canadian Wet Shavers the Lather King back in the day for my ball lathers, and I don't know. What do you think? I still got it? I still got them lathering skills, huh? So yeah, we'll put this on the face, see what happens. So anyway, yeah, I didn't have the time to do anything like that, and woefully out of shape. So here the other night, or I should say the other morning, as I was still awake, well, let's get a sniff of this now, shall we? So yeah, I'm getting, that's interesting. I'm getting a lot of the Club Cola. Getting a lot of the Club Cola, a little of the MOFO. Some of the woody notes in the MOFO are peeking through. Just a hint of tobacco. Kind of like it. So anyway, the other morning I was reading. I was right into a good book on the old e-reader machine, and so I hear the doorbell ring, and I thought it was like 2 in the morning or something like that, and I'm like, who the hell is at the door at 2 in the morning? Carved brass B-plate. We got a Voscod in here. Yeah, Voscod. 4-inch handle as well. So I knock on the door, so I go downstairs, turn the light on, and I ask through the door, who is it? And I hear this voice goes, I want to talk to my friend. And I'm like, well, you don't have any friends that live here. And he's like, yeah, I do. I play GTA with them. And now my son was still up, my youngest, who's 12, by the way. He's almost 13, so don't get all pissy at me in the comment section. Plus, he's on summer break, so he stays up late some nights playing video games all night, so, which is fine. I did the same when I was his age, so whatever. But anyway, he's on the couch, and he's thoroughly freaked out. And this guy is adamant that his friend lives with us. So I'm like, no, there's nobody that lives here. So he keeps banging on the door, and he's very adamant about that his friend lives here. So I crack open the door, and he's like right at my door. So I tell him to back down off the steps, and he keeps going on, and he's going on about this Maya one, how he's friends with Maya, and I'm like, well, Maya lives next door. And there was some drama earlier in the evening with this Maya one, and some male friends, from what I overheard, and I think drugs are possibly involved, drugs, alcohol. So anyway, I said, Maya lives next door. You don't have any friends that live here. You need to leave and get off my doorstep. And then he's just adamant that he, geez, look at this lather. And it smells very nice. He was just adamant that he had friends that lived in here. And I'm like, you don't have friends that live here. You need to leave. And he keeps on going and keeps on going. So then now he's back up on the doorstep. And he's getting close to the door. And I tell him he needs to back off. And then he makes a move for the door. Like he's just going to shove past me and walk in. So I managed to get the door closed in his face and locked it. And he continued hammering on it for a couple more minutes. And then he kind of went away. And I'm like, what the hell? So my son's really freaked out. He goes upstairs to his room. I make sure everything is locked up. go upstairs. But I can't really get to sleep at this point, so I'm just laying there awake. And then another hour later, the doorbell goes off again, and more pounding. So this is 5 o'clock in the morning now. So I go downstairs, but I don't turn any lights on, and it's fairly dark, and I notice there's lights shining in at my unit. And I can kind of peek around, and like I'm trying to sneak past the front door to get into the kitchen, but it's hard to do because we have a light on in the kitchen, so I know I'm being backlit by the light. And our front door is a privacy door, which means it has the glass pane that like has designs and shit on it, so you can't see right in, but you can see around it. And that's where I figure he got the idea about Grand Theft Auto from, because he was saying, my friend I played Grand Theft Auto with is in here, because my son was playing Grand Theft Auto at the time. So anyway, I'm trying not to get backlit, so I make it out to the kitchen, get the light turned off in the kitchen, and then come back to the living room, and there's still lights shining in at my unit. So I can see out around the curtains, and the way the car is parked out in the parking lot, he's angled right, so his lights are shining right at my front door and right at my living room windows. And you have to park specifically that way to do it, the way our parking lot is set up. It's the only way you could park, it's the only way you could get lights shine in like that is if you parked your car like that on purpose. So now I'm really fucking freaked out. Because now I get this idiot, and maybe some of his buddies, they're out there and they got my place lit up like a Christmas tree. And here's my half-blind ass inside. A wife, 2 kids. So now I'm really freaked out. And I'm walking around with a pocket knife in my pocket. So anyway, so now I get on the phone with the RCMP, the police. Enough is enough, right? So they can't do anything right now except for take the call, because their members were at a call out in Delve, PEI, which is 20 minutes away from where I live. So they were tied up at that. So there's nothing they can do. And I'm thinking, well, that's great, because if these idiots decide they're coming in my house, what am I going to do about it? And yeah, so, I mean, I am a gun owner, I have a shotgun, but it's Canada. Things are tricky here when it comes to stuff like that, so you don't want to resort to that if you absolutely don't have to. So, anyway, that got me thinking, should I maybe look at fulfilling a lifelong dream, maybe get into some martial arts? Because it's not that I would ever want to have to put hands on a person, because I don't. But by the same token, I don't want to feel like I felt the other night, which is defenseless and helpless if something happens. I don't want to feel that way. So I am going to look into it. There is Taekwondo here, which is great. Just do a little pickup here, which is great, but also a little bit scary, because Taekwondo apparently involves a lot of kicking. So I could just imagine how that'll go down if I get into Taekwondo. It'll probably involve getting kicked in the face a lot. I don't know if I want to get kicked in the face a lot, but anyway, I am gonna contact them and maybe look into it, see if they're willing to take on a student that I don't see too good, let's just say. And I was inspired by that by a fellow out of Ontario. I did some research, and sure enough, there are people that are visually impaired and they are in karate. This guy in Toronto, or not Toronto, but Ontario, I was reading up about, he's a black belt in karate. But he's visually impaired, actually. I think he's worse problems than me. So yeah, so I'll see if they'll take me on. If anything, it'd be a good way to, get some exercise. I'll have to quit smoking to pay for it, so that's good. This is a perfect excuse to quit smoking. yeah, that's my little story this week. A little excitement here in sleepy little Cornwall, PEI. But you know, PEI's reputation of being, you know, the nice gentle island, but our nice gentle island now unfortunately is filled with pills and methamphetamine. So it's not the gentle island it used to be. There's a lot of shit going on here now. So anyway, that's my story. So I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna do a little cleanup. I'm gonna determine what I'm gonna use for a splash. So I'll be back in a minute. And I am back. Oh man, what a shave that was indeed. And the craziest thing, all those big powerful scents, and there's really nothing really screaming at me as to what the residual scent is. That's crazy. But one is just kind of barely hitting my nose, and that's one. First Canadian MOFO. So that's what we're going to use for the finish. Why not? Like I need an excuse to use this juice, because this stuff is incredible. And I worked so hard to gain my subscribers, and I'll probably lose a couple now. Oh well. Oh yeah, that smells so good. Nice fresh burst of lime, a little bit of that marine layer, and then I know it's going to be all amber and sandalwood for the rest of the day. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for the shave. I just realized my hair is kind of a mess. Whatever. It's just like me. It's kind of a mess. It is what it is. Thanks so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below about some blind arsehole trying to learn Taekwondo or something like that. I think it could be fun. Or it could be the stupidest idea in the world. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I do appreciate everybody's feedback and all that good stuff. So that is it for today. Until Saturday, my friends. As always, be safe, be kind to one another, and most importantly, have a great day. You need a better shave. We'll catch you in the weekend video. Peace.